No, there's an oopsie happening. Do you want to know what's happening? Do you want to know what's going on, Indy? Do you want to know
what's going on? What's this
on?
oopsie?
There's a big oopsie happening, and that is the latest poll showing what's happening on who will control the Senate and House. That's right. Who's going to be allowed to still do their fancy job of insider trading? Because it's not going to matter because you're not going to be making any of that kind of money.
It comes as Democrats are starting to feel bullish about their chances of gaining control of the House. So they need 4 seats to succeed in doing that net. And of course, it could all come down to New York. That is where 4 of the country's most vulnerable Republicans won their seats by less than 5 points 2 years ago. And tonight, they're all running behind their Democratic opponents. Harry Enton is at the magic wall. So, Harry,
oh my God, this guy.
He's at the magic wall.
Oh, God.
The magic wall. The magic wall. If Trump wins and like the Democrats like really lose here, I mean, this boy is going to want to be hiding behind his magic wall. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm sorry. I got it wrong.
Massive. So being able to boil it down to, hey, look at these 4 is so crucial. Where are these districts and how close are they right now?
Yeah, so let's take a tour of the great state of New York. It's something I want to do this time of year. Look, you point out the basic math. Democrats need a net gain of 4. I think they could get them from the state of New York. Let's show you where these districts are. First, let's start off in the Syracuse area. And where are we going? We're looking at the 22nd district, right? This district has actually been redistricted to be more favorable to Democrats. But last time around, Brandon Williams, the Republican, won by only a point. So Democrats think they could pick up a seat there. Let's go down I-81, all right? We're going to go to the Binghamton area. All right, here's another district. The 19th, Democrats think they have a pretty good shot. Mark Molinaro, look at that. Won by less than 2 points last time.
Wait.
Hold on. Pause.
Because these people lost in 2022 when Democrats have been in control and things got worse in red areas. But somehow Hopium is going to flip that blue. Okay. Keep going.
Pause, everybody. Pause. Oh, no. Pause.
Down I-87, all right? Mike Lawler, last time around in the 17th district, won by less than a percentage point. So that's another district. How about district number 4? We're going to go out to Long Island. Let's see if I can hit this button correctly. I did. We're going to go to the 4th district. Anthony D'Esposito, last time around, won by less than 4 percentage points. So those are 4 races that were determined by less than 5 points last time around. Where are they at this particular moment? Let's take a look at some House forecasts. All right, these are an aggregation of forecasts. And look what we have on your screen, Aaron. We got a lot of blue on your screen. Look at this. A forecast predicted for New York 4 on Long Island, plus 9 for the Democrat. New York 17, Jones up by a point, well within the margin.
Oh, my goodness. Listen.
Okay, wait a minute. Nothing is going Republican at all. Nothing's going Republican because Democrats have done such a good job the last 2 years. They're continuing to gain more seats.
I find funny. It's just, I mean, there's a lot of overall confidence, okay? And maybe liberals, you actually pull this out of your butt, no pun intended. Maybe you guys actually do succeed, but voter turnout's going to be key. And I'm wondering how many people do turn out to vote. As the Democrats lose, I mean, the epic meltdown is going to be glorious.
When?
How about Riley in New York 19? All right, up by just a point. Again, well within the margin of error. And then New York 22, Mannion, a 6-point advantage. That's one I think Democrats could definitely flip, Aaron.
Well, and it's interesting, of course, when you think up ticket, what all this could mean.
That's and Republicans couldn't flip any seats
in New York.
No, because everything gets.
What about Santos's race?
Well, Santos is a special little butterfly. Okay, I mean Santos, in my opinion, that man is the living avatar of Congress. I mean, because everyone in Congress is corrupt. Everyone in Congress is a liar. And Santos, he's no different. But I mean, all his lies were out there in the open for everyone to see. And the thing is, all these politicians have mastered the craft in lying. I mean, really lying so they could stay doing their jobs for all the years that they've been in office. But Santos is that canary in the coal mine saying, hey, this is how these people really act.
That you're watching, Harry, which does not currently show a Democrat leading. But the fact that there's no clear leader at this point might say a lot, big picture, about where Republicans stand. And this Democrat happens to be someone that our viewers know well, somebody that, we personally love, John Avalon.
Yeah, exactly right. So we're going to go all the way to the eastern end of Long Island. Look, Nick LaLota last time around in the first district won this district by over 10 points. And that was why it was so surprising when we saw a poll that just came out this past week. And look at this. No clear leader. LaLota up by only 3 points over John Avalon, who
Well, I mean, that does kind of show he's a leader, 47% to 44. I mean,
it's margin of victory, and he's a TV star. Like, yeah, you're going to put people with name recognition over an incumbent.
Yeah.
They're going to challenge that. Like,
exactly.
And Avalon is terrible. I mean, I used to like that guy, and then Trump broke his brain in 2016.
Well, Trump broke a lot of people's brains. Okay, I'm glad that there are people who I still am friends with who do suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, and I'm ever hopeful for the day when they do wake up. But I mean, 47 to 44. Again, I'm not an expert on numbers here, folks, but I think 47 is a bigger number than 44, unless mathematics no longer mathematics anymore.
course,
right, but that's like 9 people polled in his district. Remember, like how big is that? That district is 500,000 people. Most of the people that answer the phone when they survey are landlines, older people, over 65, overwhelmingly white.
Mm-hmm.
Not representative of the electorate.
Exactly. Precisely.
This is a race that I frankly didn't think was going to be all that close given the result last time around. But Avalon looks to be giving LaLota a run for his money, Aaron.
Right. Avalon, obviously running as a Democrat. He had worked for Giuliani.
These idiots all thought that Hillary Clinton was going to win.
Yes, exactly. And listen, there's only 40 seconds left in the rest of that video. But there is panic in the air, Indy. I smell the blood. I feel it. I see it. I know it. And I know I'm not wrong. I know that a meltdown is happening. And I know that it's going to be delicious to watch. And I just, it's not only the presidential election that we got to focus on. It's also like the U.S. Senate and House races too. And those are going to play some significant roles because, first of all, obviously Congress has to do its insider trading, folks. If you're not following Unusual Whales, please be sure to check it out. And shout out to a good friend of the show, Farron, who once infamously said on our show, these politicians, they don't care about you. They care about their career 2 years down the road, 4 years down the road, 6 years down the road, 8 years down the road. That's how these politicians act all the time, every time. Indy, any other closing remarks for this? Because the last story, I saved the best story for last, but any closing remarks for this segment?
Follow at Quiver Quant. They are the Nancy Pelosi stock tracking company. They track also similar to Unusual Whales. They track all of congressional stock trades, and Congress pays a $500 quarterly fine, basically for the privilege of being able to insert insider trade, because they never prosecute themselves and they have to pay a basic fine for reporting late. And then you find out, they traded $1 million worth of stuff, and they sat on that committee, but nobody ever does anything to them. So they just keep doing it.
Exactly. Well said. Well said indeed, my friend. Well said indeed.
If you fool me once, it's because I didn't think a guard was needed. If you fool me twice, it's because I didn't learn the lesson, so it bears repeating. If you try the same play 3 times running, it's because you know what's coming, and you didn't come to lead, you came to purposefully be misleading. Democracy is dry. It's been a century bleeding. The husk is gaping open to the sky, out in the field where all the sheep just keep on circling and worrying and bleeding. They're waiting for the shepherd that they've tried to hide their faith in, but he's so appealing. They'd gladly give their fleece. It's such a freeing feeling that even when he leads them to the ledge and starts to urge them on, they're positively beaming. They were told that they were on their way to save democracy, so even as they plummet, they just gloat. They don't consider screaming. And halfway up the cliff, the shepherd's cozy little mittens wrap around the staff of shattered human hopes on which he's leaning. He shows the gentle grin that used to stir your inner spark, and he says, "Not me, us," as he gestures to the oligarchs. He knows that if he runs, they're going to stop him like a stolen car. And he'll easily surrender because it bought a lot of time for laying mines in all the grassroots. Suddenly, the tiniest of movements gets you blown apart. Suddenly, you're in a play that's set on an election day and voting for the fire, unaware you're playing Joan of Arc. Suddenly, the shepherd pulls the rug and slips a hood across your clueless mug, and everything goes zero dark. I'm gonna warn you once more before it's 2024 and you fuck around and find out who your heroes are. To take a step back from the herd and you'll learn that you can spot who all the shearers are. If you really want to know the product that they're selling, I can take you where the mirrors are. If you think your voice is finally ready, I can tell you where the lyrics are. I hid them in a box I had to bury neath the cobble when they carpet bombed the promenade and raided all the street bazaars. Now all we've got's the marketplace, and you're too broke to even bother asking what the options for your treatment are. Suddenly, the raw debris of homeless human dignity will find it has 100 teeth for every badge and sweeper's arm. Suddenly, they speak in solidarity and each is armed. Suddenly, the sheep can see the shepherd for his truest form and all pitch in at once to help him buy the farm. And now it's zero dark. And all is calm and peaceful save the distant wail of sirens that approach beside the flames of dawn. Suddenly, the carrot's just a string that's on a stick, and all your movements make you sick because the prize is gone. Now, we could go and flee into the forest low and meek, or we can exercise our right to feast and go and graze on Biden's lawn. Because he's been sowing seeds that seep a toxin out to sap a bit from each of us and keep on leaching decades after Biden's gone. So regardless who they summon out of hell to come and do the job, it will not feel like Biden's gone. But in that time of hopelessness, you cannot trust the shepherd when he once again comes asking you to humor him his siren song. And it's cute that you can innocently, honestly assume that's just a symptom of a system that was wired wrong, and not the standard feature, basic function, primary objective of a mass hypnosis firebomb. You don't need to know the words to cry along. Someday it'll hit you like an officer who pistol whipped their ride along. Broke his jaw and kept his job and kept it moving right along. That voting isn't red or blue or black or white or right or wrong. Voting's like a firing squad where you can choose the firearm. It's slow extinction by and large. It's Super Tuesday supercharged. It's all your futures, roots and all, just tossed out on a garbage barge. It's everybody dropping out to push the biggest oligarch. It's everybody voting fire, registered as Joan of Arc.